Hey guys, what's up? It's Joe Raiti from Raiti's Rise. We're still here at the 2024 Miami Auto Show, and guess what? Continuing at the Nissan booth, look at what we have. It's crazy to see these things in person for the first time. This is your updated, changed up, refreshed 2025 Nissan Frontier, but look at what this is. This is the Frontier Pro 4X. But before we get into this mid-sized truck with the off-road credibility, let's talk about what this situation is. So mid-sized truck segment, it's on fire. You got redesigned vehicles from Ford, from Chevy, GMC. Now Nissan is coming into the fray with bringing some updated changes. It's been about 3 years since we did the first drive, but it's nice to see the Frontier getting some more love because it's been in that lineup for Nissan for so many years. Now, what I want to find out is, did Nissan, in your eyes, make the right changes to make this the better truck, say over a GMC Canyon, that AT4? Let's go ahead, let's dive into our Afterburn Orange. That's the name of this color, Afterburn Orange Frontier, and find out. Right off the bat, new for 2025, taking a page from Toyota, taking a page from some of the other brands with bright colors. This orange fits it to a T. Absolutely love it. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Of course, you're gonna have full LED lighting, LED daytime running lamps, turn signals, and headlights. Working our way down that Afterburn Orange, you do have LED fog lights, very required on an off-road truck. My zonk that I'm still gonna stick to is they still have these fake vents. I don't know why they can't make that a functional air curtain because it looks so damn good. Just make it functional. Now, as we come across the all-new updated grille, this is gonna be a signature style. Do you see the silver rectangles up top? This goes back to the original 80s hard body truck days. They're not functional, which I am gonna give it a zonk, but they do give a nice aesthetic pop of color. And like I said, you look at the Rock Creek edition of the Rogue, you look at the Rock Creek edition of the Pathfinder, you're seeing those silver accents starting to pop at the grille, and this is an all-new updated grille. We do have our forward-facing camera. Love the updated Nissan badge. Flat black on the whole upper portion of the grille. You have that flat black on the midsection, and then you'll see the functionality on the lower portion as well with some more silver. Now underneath, you're getting the real metal skid plates. You're also getting those lava red recovery tow hooks. That's gonna allow you to pull the Tacomas, the Rangers, the Canyons, the Colorados out of the mud, out of the dirt. But the way that they kind of chiseled some of the fat away and really tweaked the front end, I think gives it such a unique style. As we rise up, you got the bulge. We still have the same hood. And what you'll notice is how the body lines, they really did great fit and finish on this truck. Love the bulge. Love those distinct lines. Now, underneath the hood, you're still gonna get that 3.8 liter V6 with 310 horsepower, 281 pound-feet of torque. It is mated to that 9-speed automatic transmission. We do have on the Pro 4X an E-Lock rear diff, and towing has been bumped up 500 pounds. So now you could tow 7,150 pounds. And what's great is that you're gonna have the Bilstein suspension, all four corners, that are gonna help the off-roading credibility of this vehicle and make you feel like you're in command 24/7. Now, with the Pro 4X, you do get a little bit wider fender flare. The reason why we have that fender flare is gonna be very clear and present. What you're gonna find is as we come around the bend, we got all new tires with the off-road spec wheel. So check out the Pro setup on the wheel. Love this new design. It's a sort of like a gunmetal, a flat gunmetal gray finish with the Pro name kind of etched in there. If you're wondering what's the size of this wheel, 17-inch wheel. Tires are 265 on the width, 70 series sidewall, and we had those Hankook Dyna Pro all-terrain tires with the shielding. And then Lori's gonna be able to show you the upper control arm and some of the suspension bits. Like I said, this truck has the Bilstein shock absorbers, all four corners. This is a full body on frame. This is not like the Honda Ridgeline. This is a body on frame truck. But talking about underneath the hood, remember a lot of the competitors, including the Tacoma, have gone to smaller displacement engines that are turbocharged. This is naturally aspirated. The only other trucks that are naturally aspirated is going to be the Gladiator and the Honda Ridgeline. The rest of them are all turbocharged. So something to think about. Coming down the side of the vehicle, we have that afterburn orange on our mirror caps, 360-degree cameras with our trail view, of course. Like the way we have color matched on the door handles, and just super clean along the bottom. We don't have any running boards. I think the one thing that I would do is definitely get my Nismo parts catalog and get some frame sliders, some rock sliders to protect that frame. Coming back from our quad cab setup, we're gonna see the rear of the actual box frame. You can see it right there is your box frame where the bed of the truck is. We got the E-locking rear diff. Love the badging that they do. Pro 4X. So much history within that name. And then as we swing it around back, the blending of the afterburn orange and the black accents really work for me. So you're gonna have that black portion in the center with the Pro 4X. It's nice that they kind of just melded it all together. And then the Frontier name nicely stamped into the metal of the tailgate. And then working our way down to ground level, I love the way they have the color accents on the corners. You have that afterburn orange, tons of ground clearance. Our tire is actually highly mounted underneath the back of the truck, so you get your good ground clearance. And then one of the things with a Nissan truck is that you have that Utilitrack system. So there's these different devices that actually screw into the rails to allow you to adjust your tie down locations. Also have the bed liner and that rear cab sliding window. But why don't we go ahead? It's not just about the exterior that has some changes. Let's get inside this new Nissan, or I should say updated Nissan for 2025, and see what the Frontier brings. All right, guys, we are inside this 2025 Nissan Frontier Pro 4X. I know you're saying to yourself, well, Joe, I have always loved Nissans. My mother gave birth to me in a Nissan 300ZX, actually the front seat, because my parents' Z didn't have rear seats. So I've always been a Nissan person. I need a new midsize truck. I don't want turbocharge. How much is this Frontier? No word yet on official pricing, but these will start to show up at dealers later this year. Obviously, they're going to keep it competitive, but let's see what changes, because there's some big changes on the interior to this Nissan Frontier. Let's see what we got. To the door panels, you're going to still get that same great clean material. My zonk is up top along the edge of the door panel that's hard plastic. They actually put the soft plastic in the center. So that is a zonk, but I do love the armrest, especially with the stitching, because it matches nicely with that orange color on the interior. Almost looks like an anodized aluminum. Door pocket is an interesting size. Maybe I would say 5 churros. And I just recently found out Costco doesn't sell churros anymore. So you're gonna have to find a place. There's one down the street here in Miami selling churros and a bottle of Topo Chico to wash it down. We do have the Fender premium sound system. Not a lot of car brands using Fender anymore. Going from the door panel to the dash, soft touch on the dash with the stitching. And then look at what we have here. All new infotainment system. This is a 12.3 inch. I love the way it's integrated. See, you could have a large infotainment system and it doesn't have to just be stuck on. You do have your different buttons. You could get into your maps. And I love the way that it has all those different things that you could bring up. We could listen to a little bit of White Zombie. I love that song, Thunder Kiss 65, man. I remember that back when I was in high school. But nice to have full touchscreen capability. Real easy to use. We could go back. Look at that. Working our way down. New for 2025. I know it sounds silly, but even a simple change like adding the Frontier name, really, really great to see, especially with the knobs. Still knobs and buttons. Up top, though, you do have your Nismo Twinkie holder. So this is where you can put your 8 off-road Twinkies. Remember, off-road Twinkies are filled with fudge. Here's your twist knob to go from 2-wheel drive to 4 and 4 low, 4-wheel drive and 4 low. You got dual climate control, which is great. Easy to use, simplistic. Down below, you have a heated steering wheel, USB-C, USB-A, 2 stages of heated seats, a little oh crap handle for your passenger with the stitching, and then you have another area down here for even more Twinkies. So you could do 8 up top and then probably another 8 on the bottom. This guy right here, this controls your 9-speed automatic transmission, 2 massive cup holders, wireless charging, even for those iPad style phones. And then I like the soft touch with more of that great stitching. Open up the door. What can you put in there? I would say 3 Game Boys and about 25 game cartridges. And that's what's good. When you're out in the woods and you're bored, you can play on your Game Boy. Do some Excite Bike. Love that game. The seats, the leather. Look at the updates with the stitching, the design, Pro 4X embroidery, all hand stitched. And then you do have electric assist for the passenger, electric assist for the driver, and a standard size sunroof, which is really nice. But why don't you come over to the business end? I want to show you behind the wheel of this updated Nissan. All right, guys, business time behind the wheel of this Pro 4X. What you'll notice, you have your full power seats, especially that lower lumbar. Ooh, that feels good on my back. My back's been bothering me. I'm 6 feet tall. You got lots of room in here. Steering wheel, same deal. You got the leather, easy to use buttons. Yes, it's dated, but it's easy to use. And I actually prefer the ease over it just being fancy and new. Tons of buttons on the side. So you have your hill descent control. This is for your locking rear diff, shut your traction control off. For the first time ever on a Frontier, we have standard tilting and telescoping steering wheel. I know that sounds crazy. And then of course our gauges, you have your analog gauges with that digital display in the center. It is 7 inches in size in the center where you could scroll through different information as you're doing your off-roading. But nice to see some of the tweaks in here, but yet it still feels like a Frontier in a good way. But let's get into the back seat because we need to get on to the next vehicle here at the auto show. All right, guys, back seat time. And this is one of those things where it's cramped back here, but you know, it's one of those things that if you need more room, I guess get a Nissan Titan full-size truck. I don't like the way my knees are super high back here. I almost feel like I'm sitting in the 3rd row of a mid-size SUV because my back is really up straight and my knees are too high. The good news though is you have the nice leather all the way around, easy to clean. You have USB-C, USB-A, and a home power source. I have my own pocket back here, so I could easily put, I would say 3 boxes of Girl Scout cookies. Do-si-dos and tag-alongs are my favorite. You do get a nice armrest. It has just enough real estate for a human arm and large cup holders for those super Slurpees. All trims for the first time. Get your sliding rear cab window. Crazy, 2025. And then one of the things you're still gonna find is that you have the flexibility of being able to fold down the rear seat or lift up the bottom portion and really maximize your storage. And obviously it's a 60-40 split. The part I'm sitting on folds up as well. I wanna take you for a drive. There's no big doors to drive this thing out of because we're at the convention center in Miami, but stay tuned for the first drive, but we gotta wrap it up here from the auto show. All right, guys, another great time, another great vehicle here at the Miami Auto Show. Definitely wanna thank everybody from Nissan USA allowing us some special time with this updated, tuned up, refresh Frontier. Let me know what you think. Is this better than a GMC Canyon? Are you liking it more? Or are you liking the GMC more? Let me know in the comment section, but if you're new to the channel and you're on your way out, hit that subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile. Come back for more. If you are a subscriber, think you're being part of the Raised Rides family. Got to give it up to Lori Raiti. She's locking it down here. She is the boss, and she's doing such a great job. So show us some love in the comment section. Thank you, Lori, for all that you do. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.